Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's CDBG Office Hours. I'm Mike Phillips, Federal Program Specialist. Also on the webinar, we have Mamie Early, our CDBG Section Chief, Susan Holt, our CDBG Program Manager, and CDBG Specialist Tanner Wolverton and Crystal White. If you are unfamiliar with Zoom, here's how you can ask questions to our team. In your user dashboard, there should be a Q&A chat icon, and we ask that you use this to submit questions as opposed to using the chat. You can ask questions anonymously, but we do ask that you leave your name, organization, or the region you're associated with. This just better helps us keep questions grouped together and track any follow-up. We will read questions out loud throughout the presentation and provide answers if possible. And all questions will be saved and recorded as part of the public record. All right, with that, let's get into our program updates. I'll pass it off to Tanner.
Thanks, Mike. For the 2023 CDBG NOFA, the application closed on December 29th. For over-the-counter waitlisted projects, we received 7 applications and we have conditionally awarded 6 applications. For the amended 2023 NOFA, the application closed on March 15th. For new projects, when the funds were exhausted, we received 13 applications and staff are reviewing currently and will notify applicants of status this week. The 2024-2025 draft annual action plan is available for public review and comment through March 27th, 2024. Please, if you are interested, please review and provide comments if applicable. The proposed method of distribution in this annual action plan, for the competitive, we have planning and public services. For over-the-counter, we have economic development programs and projects, housing programs and projects, and non-housing infrastructure and public facilities projects. We, of course, will also have our Colonia set-aside and non-federally recognized tribes set-aside. Eligible activities will be limited to the matrix codes as described in the link below.
Great, thank you, Tanner. And just a reminder for the CDBG CV unclaimed funds. So for the CV funds that are unclaimed funds are available for existing CDBG CV grantees that have construction projects that experienced unanticipated cost increases. So a memorandum was sent out on November 15th with details about qualifications, priorities, and instructions for making additional funding requests. Email sent previously extending the request date to April 15th, 2024. That's the due date to get in your requests. And while the de facto limit is 125% of the original award, consideration will be given for requests that are more than that. So please request what you need and document the need and cost reasonableness. And just kind of like a new process, we are revising the directions in the memo regarding how you submit. So if you have not submitted your request already, please send your completed package to cdbgcvgroup@hcd.ca.gov. In the memo, it kind of has you start this amendment on your side. Just please don't do that process. Don't start an amendment. We will work with you via email and submit a grantor-initiated amendment on our end, kind of when we look at your package and approve it and all that. And you can contact cdbgcvgroup@hcd.ca.gov if you have any questions about applying for unclaimed funds. And just a reminder for our CV grantees that ICF has been providing grant administration and technical assistance for all of our CV standard agreements. This work is paused until further notice. CDBG staff will continue to process funding augmentation requests and financial reports. However, regular recurring meetings between CDBG CV grant administrators and CDBG CV grantees, CV contract monitoring and closeouts are suspended until further notice. For submitting financial reports, you can continue to submit requests via eCivis. For questions, please contact the CDBG CV group at hcd.ca.gov inbox. We will monitor this inbox and regularly respond to questions. For submitting requests for funding augmentation pursuant to the memo published on just like I said earlier, just please make sure that you email the box with your questions and your submission package by April 15th. We'll work with you from there and do the amendment on our side. For other CDBG CV related inquiries or support, please email the CDBG CV group inbox and we will respond. All right, with that, let's get into our Q&A recap from office hours 2 weeks ago. Let's see, this first question was on the resolution certification signatory. The question was, we are not allowed to change the resolution, and per the resolution, the authorized representative cannot be the same person who certifies the resolution. Sometimes the authorized representative is the city clerk. Can we change city clerk to the person's title who will be certifying the resolution? If not, please advise. And the answer to this was, in some cases, the city clerk is the authorized representative for the resolution. The city clerk as an authorized representative cannot also certify the resolution. In these cases, it is acceptable to change the title to the title of another staff person certifying the resolution. This next question was on the ICF contract pause regarding closeouts. Question was, how will the ICF issue affect the closeouts already submitted through Civis? And the answer to this was, if the closeout for your CV grant is in process, we will continue to move those forward. Any new closeouts submitted will be put on hold temporarily. There was a follow-up question to that. So if the CV contract ended on 2/28/2024, we do not have to worry about being out of compliance with closing the grants. They have been submitted to the CDBG CV group inbox for approval to be submitted in Civis. And the answer is, we hope to have ICF back by the end of April. If you do not hear from ICF staff before then, HCD staff will resume processing closeouts on May 1st, and we will follow up with you with more details. This next question was on the draft action plan. The question was, am I correct that your draft action plan for 24-25 is for the upcoming NOFA in July and August? I think the HCD's program year starts July 1st, so this NOFA is just a bit late then, right? And your AAP will give us at least a sneak peek of what you're thinking for the method of delivery, ODN limits, method of delivery. And the answer to this was, yes, that is correct. The draft annual action plan will give you a sneak peek for the 2024-2025 CDBG plans. We highly encourage our grantees and applicants to review the 2024-2025 draft annual action plan. And we did get a question on CDBG and CDBG CV general admin. The question was, will you please provide the regulation pertaining to the like-for-like use of CDBG CV and CDBG funds for general admin specifically? And the answer to this was Section 3B of the Federal Register Notice states that CDBG's CV funds shall not be used to pay planning and program administrative costs allocable to another grant under the CDBG annual formula program. However, CDBG CV funds may be used to pay costs that benefit both the CDBG CV grant and another CDBG award, and can be distributed between the grants in proportions that may be reasonably approximated. Now, this next question was on the PI only applications with regards to the NEPA. Question was regarding PI applications, since we know it will take some time for HCD to review, get a contract, etc., can we not submit a fully completed NEPA at the time of application and just make it a condition of award? We'd like to do it during your review so we don't waste too much time. And the answer to this was HCD prefers applicants to submit a complete NEPA so that we can begin the review process as soon as possible. The environmental specialist team may need some time to complete their review. Additionally, reviewing a nearly finalized NEPA would allow us to complete all corrections needed at one time. The next question was on the 2023 amendment NOFA applications. The question was, has the recently submitted NOFA been fully subscribed yet? Are you able to tell us how many applications were received under the 2023 NOFA so far? And the answer to this was, we provided updates on slide 3. The funds have been exhausted and the applications are currently closed. This next question was on NEPAs. The question was, is the NEPA to be submitted and is the NEPA to be submitted completed with the exception of the public notice and comment period, or should that part of the process be done as well? And the answer to this was, we encourage you to submit the completed NEPA with the exception of the public notice and comment period. This allows our environmental team to work with you on that portion to ensure compliance. This next question was on the CDBG inbox responses to 2023 NOFA amendment applications. The question was, what is the ETA for the CDBG at hcd.ca.gov to answer NOFA applications that were submitted? The answer to this was, once the applications opened on March 1st, we were unable to provide answers that are specific to your application to avoid an unfair advantage. We can only provide technical assistance, but we encourage applicants to reach out with questions during the 30-day NOFA review period. The question was on timing for going out to bid. The question was, if we are applying for the 2023 NOFA and have funding through another grant, when can we go out to bid for our project? Should we wait until we submit our application or HCD award? And the answer to this was, it depends on where the other funding is coming from. You should receive the award and authority to use grant funds before going out to bid. It's also important to be mindful of any other cross-cutting federal requirements. If you have further questions, please reach out to your CDBG representative. Let's see, this next question was on the 2024 and 2025 NOFAs. The question was, is there a determination on how many of each type of project we can apply for in 2024 and 2025? And the answer to this was, you can get a sneak peek of the 2024 NOFA and the 2024-2025 draft annual action plan. It will be open for public comment, and we encourage you to make comments. This next question was on the 2024 NOFA applications. The question was, are you keeping the July process under eCivis? And the answer to this was yes. We're working hard to develop a new grants management system, but recent unforeseen issues caused delays. We do not want to delay releasing the 2024 NOFA in July, so we will proceed with utilizing eCivis. Our plan is to transition to the new GMS for the 2025 NOFA in January. Okay, that's it for our Q&A recap. Let's get into our live Q&A. Now let's see, a question from Lori. Good morning. Can you send us the slides at the end of today's call? And yeah, I can do that, Lori. Let's see, our next question is from Brandy. For the 2024 application, will a team member be able to create and save the application for the jurisdiction to review and submit?
Okay, I can take this one. Thank you, Brandy, for your question. I hope this answers your question. The application is tied to the account that initially created the application. So unfortunately, it can't be transferred to another team member that is assigned. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you, Susan. Let's see, next question is from Lori. For the July 2024 NOFA, do you have an estimated amount that will be available?
Lori, thank you for that question. We don't have the exact dollar amount, but we estimate still approximately about 30 million for the 2024. But like I said, we don't have the exact number down to the penny just yet.
Thank you, Mimi. Let's see, our next question is from Deborah, will you be releasing the 2024 NOFA at the beginning of July or the end of July in 2024?
I can take this one. Thank you, Deborah, for your question. That is the million-dollar question right there. But I'll tell you, it probably will likely be more toward the end of July. So I'd anticipate that.
Correct.
Thank you, Susan. Let's see. Next question is from Bridget. When do you anticipate having standard agreements out for 2023 awards?
Go ahead, Susan. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, we're probably going to say the same thing. We're anticipating them very soon. It takes a little time. We have our internal processes of going through with the corrections and things, and so it's kind of case by case on that. But the sooner the better, and we're gonna get standard agreements out as quickly as we can. So unfortunately, that's the best I've got for you.
Thank you, Susan. Yeah, Jeff, I'll make sure to get you the slides as well. And let's see, our next question is from Lori. Thank you, Mamie. Are we okay to use that in our community outreach efforts and have it accepted in your review if it is less or more than you announced in the NOFA?
Yeah, Lori, I would just put approximately 30 million to kind of be on this safe side. So if it's over, if it's a little bit less, it kind of covers you for that community outreach. So I completely understand you're being proactive and getting that started now. So I would just put approximately 30 million, and that would be sufficient for us.
And just to piggyback off that in not even any sort of way, I agree with you, Lori. We love standard agreements as well. So we're going to get those out to you as quickly as we can.
But we are striving just to kind of give a rough estimate, depending on, the updates that we're requesting to make a viable standard agreement. We are shooting for May, the latest, because like I said, we don't want to run into the new NOFA with the standard agreements. So that is our wish and our hope and our goal for our staffing, and not to be overwhelmed with handling a NOFA as well as standard agreements. So we are working diligently to work with the grantees who was conditionally awarded, so we can try to meet the timeline and get those standard agreements routing as soon as possible.
Thank you, Mamie. I just posted the office hours slides in the chat, so hopefully everyone got those. But if you still need those, go ahead and let me know. Send me an email. I'll put my email in the chat if anyone would like the slides. Okay, let's see. That looks like all of the questions that we have in the chat for now, or in the queue for now. Let me check chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, we'll go ahead and give everyone a couple minutes to get any last minute questions. Alrighty, that was a pretty quick session today. Thank you everyone for attending, all your questions, and hope you have a good rest of your day, good rest of your week. Oh, I got a question from Laura that came in. Let's see. Lori's asking, will you be conducting a what works, what doesn't work as part of your outreach with grantees in your new process to gather information for your new process development?
Thank you, Lori. Most definitely, we will reach out to you guys to get your feedback on all the, any development or changes that we make on the application, because we do want to make sure that, what's working, we know, and what's not working, and see if we can tweak anything. We are always striving to improve our process to be able to help grantees submit applications and complete a great application. So yes, we will be working towards that, and especially when we look into going into our new system, we will be reaching out to more during that time in 2025 as well. So
Thank you, Mimi. Just give everyone another minute just in case. Anyways, typing a question or something out there.
you're welcome, Lori.
Okay, we'll go ahead and close out for today. Thanks again, everyone, for your attendance and your questions. And hope you all have a great couple weeks. We'll see you back in 2 weeks. Thanks, office hours. All right. Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Everyone.